Okay, Mr. Jophus, how do you want to begin? What do you do?
I'm a vampire.
A vampire? You're serious?
Deadly, Mr. Malroy.
Let me guess. This is where you strip me naked and bleed me dry, right?
Well, I was thinking about it. But you do not need to fear. I've changed my mind about you.
I'm not scared, Mr. Jophus. I never leave home without my trusty crucifix.
You can't kill the undead, Daniel. Not with one of those, at least. We can't start like this. Let me turn on the light.
Oh! What the hell?
Yes, hell.
How did you do that?
Just like you. A series of gestures. A few movements, but I'm quicker.
What are you?
Oh, I'm flesh and blood, Mr. Malroy. But I'm not human. I haven't been human for a very long time.
Okay, well, you've got my attention. Yeah, please, proceed.
Shall we start like David Copperfield? I was born, I grew up. Or shall we start on the night I was born into the darkness? Yes, that's where we should start. Life is full of wonder, isn't it? I often get lost in the wonder of it all. I wonder what my life would have been like if things had started differently. I wonder how I would have turned out had that hungry little fiend chosen some other innocent soul to infest instead of mine. I occasionally get caught up in the wonder of why me? But then I wonder, who the hell am I asking? It was by no means an easy beginning. My fated father in the blood, the one who made me, wasn't much help. He jumped into the raging fire the very moment my newborn eyes reopened and I saw the night for the very first time. He left no note, no instruction, no rhyme, no reason to what I now was and what I now needed to survive. I just stood there, frozen, bewitched by the licking grace of those flickering flames. I watched on and on as his angry ashes rose ever upwards into the infinite night, all mixed in with a heavy scented smoke that tasted bitter on my tongue. As the dying glow of the embers began to falter, an acrid foreboding began to wreck my soul in a deep stretch. I hesitantly walked within the ashen mound and carefully kicked through the hallowed debris. There was nothing left of him, or it. No lumps of smoldering flesh, no charred bones. It was like he was made of pure tinder. Poof, gone, nothing. There I stood, in the very center of oblivion, looking upwards to the heavens, praying for that bitter taste to return. It didn't. It just left me there, slowly reeling in horrifying uncertainty. But then I felt a subtle lump of hardened matter underfoot. I picked my right foot up and I took a slight step back. I found this.
A key. You found a key?
Sharp as a tack, Mr. Malroy.
Yeah, okay. No need for the cheap wit. I mean, it's kind of lost on your audience, don't you think?
I am the audience. It's definitely not lost on me. But you're right. I should put my manners back in. Here. You should eat. It's gonna be a long night.
It's alright, I'm not hungry.
Come on. It's rice. How could a billion Chinese people be wrong?
Yeah, okay.
How's the maggots, Daniel?
What?
You're eating maggots. How do they taste?
You're sick.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself. No hard feelings. Oh well. Waste not, want not.
So vampires eat maggots then?
Oh yes. They're the tastiest of them all. Why did you think I chose you?
What, so you're calling me a maggot?
Oh yes. In the most respectful way. Anyway, we should continue, yes?
Sure, let's continue.
So, where were we?
A key. You found a key in the ashes.
Oh yes. The key.
Forgive me for asking, but your hand, what happened to it? I thought like vampires self-healed or regenerated in their sleep or something.
Oh. This little distortion. We'll get to that. Rest to say, another parting gift from our maker.
Okay, so the key, what did it open?
How would I know? I was in the middle of a naked field, in the middle of God knows where, in the middle of life and death, not having the foggiest of what I was becoming.
And then?
And then the bloody sun came up, didn't it? It was barely a glow over the hills on the horizon, but the tingling burn I started to sense washing over my face triggered a strange ancient fear deep inside. I started to run, but I knew there was no way I could reach the safety of those hills before it showed its face. But that was because I was still thinking like a human. I focused on the rocky outcrop at the base of the hill I was scurrying towards. I must have still been some 600 yards from the creviced outcrop when the sun lit up the summit. With every fibre of thought, I willed myself to push harder. In a twisted instant, I found myself at the very gates of my solace. It was as if the very fabric of space was in that very moment folded from here to there, with all exclusion of time and reality. I sank deep inside the belly of the beautiful beast, imprisoned, now and forever, in the dungeons of the Golden King. In the dark night of that day, I slept like I've never slept before. So deep I slept that I felt a strange disconnect with being, like my consciousness had been stolen from its place, taken far away into a dark expanse, and locked inside a frozen box. So disengaged my mind was that I had not become aware of a sharp shard of pure light that had found a hidden crack in my rocky shield and crept in like a silent assassin. So distant in existence I was that I did not even feel the slow shearing pain that had begun crudely consuming the naked flesh of my long forgotten arm. I learned much later that when the undead are only half dead, the things that have passed don't grow back. So here my broken wing resides by my side, my eternal discontent. It's not entirely useless though. Look, I can do some pretty good impressions. Check this one out. It a found hum. No? What about this one then? I killed him! I killed him, Gilbert! Come on. You've never seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh.
Jeez, that's my best one. Anyway, we digressed. You want to know about the key and what it opened? Well, my friend, it's a very long story. One I'm not sure you have the stomach for. And one that, in fact, is not yet fully written. You see, I also want to know what it opens. What secrets it's been hiding all this time. For 3 long centuries, ever since that fateful first night, this key has been at the very heart of my peculiar existence. The unlocking of its mystery became a sacred mission to me, a potent call to a venture that has driven me to the farthest reaches of sanity and beyond. I've traced and wandered every moonlit corner of this floating rock in search of the enlightenment contained within the tiny shroud of its profound potential. I have had many companions who have come and gone along the way, who have helped me piece the puzzle and fill in the gaps, and who have stood by my side to ward off the ever-increasing hordes of werewolves and ghosts and aliens, and worst of all, my kind. Sniveling, brooding, easily triggered vampires.
Did you just call me a bloodsucker? Did you just assume my identity when everybody knows I prefer suck bludder? No, wait. I've just changed my mind. I now prefer transhemoglobin, but will also accept shehemoglobin and nefarious blood lymph.
They are so nauseatingly intolerable with their incessant victimhood, licking up the shadows of the grimy alleyway safe spaces. It's unbearable. These young ones have no idea how good they've got it. The more they have, the more they complain. We need a heavy cross to bear. The blood needs to flow. Or we become perversely weak and irrationally self-absorbed. We begin to think we are the absolute center of it all, when in fact there are 7 billion centers of it all. But back to my center and to yours for this particular moment. The key.
Yes, the damn key. You lead me all this way, you build up this insane intensity and mystery and expectation, and then you tell me you haven't even found what it opens. I mean, yeah, it's a good story and all, but in the end it's kind of empty and pointless because I don't know what's in the damn box.
You said box, Daniel. Surely this must be fate.
Fate? What do you mean, fate?
That's why I'm here, Daniel. To share this momentous occasion with the world.
You're kidding me. You've had this all along?
I had to create drama, Daniel, or all of this would mean nothing.
Okay, so where did you find it? I mean, how did you work it out? And why haven't you opened it yet?
I would need 300 years to explain it, Daniel. And now I have approximately 3.5 minutes before the Golden King comes out looking for my head.
Okay, then just open the box. Come on, you're killing me here.
Patience, man. I've been waiting 300 years for this. Oh,